The Flow Sports Radio.
Matthew Shack and the Flow Sports. Y'all know what it is, and y'all know what time it is.
Wake your goat mouth ass up.
We're about to get right into it. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, this game last night was one of the best football games you will ever see on Monday Night Football. It was very, very entertaining. Pittsburgh Steelers held on like in vogue, 30-27. The Pittsburgh, hey, Steeler fans, I've been on y'all. You guys showed up in a big way, man. And Tampa Bay, you guys could have won that game, and we can get right why that could have happened and why it didn't happen. Ben Roethlisberger, that's the reason why you didn't win that game. 30-38, 534 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, QBR of 66.2. James Conner, who is doing a very serviceable job while Le'Veon Bell's not there. Let's not think that Le'Veon Bell is still not needed, but James Conner is showing he's very serviceable. And Juju Smith-Schuster, he had 111 yards, 116 yards. Vance McDonald with the straight arm of the century on Chris Conte. 4 catches for 112 yards. He was averaging 28 yards a catch. And that 75-yard run, that was crazy. Bruh. Man, that dude, he had that dude on roller skates, man. I was rolling. But it boiled down to what Ryan Fitzpatrick did and did not do. He did not complete a full game where he could have done something to make that game happen in regards to them winning. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, you know, those 3 interceptions that he's thrown in the first half, that was a killer. That killed it. Plus penalties, plus other things. Deshaun Jackson had a 75-yard punt return that was called back on a hold. There was so many stupid ass calls in that game. And if I see another roughing the passer call in a football game, man, I'm gonna jump off a cliff. That was the 4th play that we've seen in that game of a roughing the passer call. There was actually 4 of them, and that's not the way we're trying to watch football, man. It just disrupts the whole flow of the game. I don't know what the NFL's trying to do. They want these scores to be super high, like I've been telling you guys, and that's exactly what's going on, man. But at the end of the day, man, Tampa Bay, you played a very good game. You guys were looking like you guys were out of it, and you guys came back. And Tampa Bay, man, you know, ain't nobody going 16-0, man. No one's going 16-0. So charge that to the game and look at that as we got to play a cleaner game. And if you guys would have played a cleaner game, you probably would have won that game. But hey, man, NFL is not going to just let y'all just keep hitting the passer and hitting them and touching them and all of that kind of stuff. And the same with Steelers. It's like Steelers didn't make that many mistakes. They didn't have any turnovers. They only had 1 turnover pretty much the whole damn game. You guys turned the ball over 3 times. You're not going to win that game, man. That's just how it goes, man. Unfortunately, you know, you turn the ball over, you lose the game. We're going to keep it moving as we do what? We move the damn chains, because that's a first down. You already know. We're going to go ahead and go to last night's game. Last night's game, your homeboy, Tom Brady, a.k.a. Eminem, the guy that no one thinks can lose at anything, lost to the Detroit Lions 26-10. I was crying. Why? Because once again, Tom Brady's not invincible. Eminem's invincible. Eminem doesn't lose. But this guy, he's lost 2 games in a row, and to lose to his former offensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, was hilarious to me. Tom Brady, 14 of 26, 133 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, QBR of 38.1. Matthew Stafford on the other side for the Lions, 27 of 36, 262 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, QBR of 68.5. This basically just boiled down to the fact that the New England Patriots could not move the damn football. They couldn't move it. They couldn't go nowhere. They weren't getting nothing done. Okay? They weren't really running the ball. All right? Sony Michel, who was their starting running back, 14 carries, 50 yards. 3.6 yards of carry. And on the other side, Kerryon Johnson, 100 yards, 6.3 yards of carry. LeGarrette Blount, 48 yards. So at the end of the damn day, it was that the fact that Gronk pretty much got shut down, 4 catches, 51 yards, and nobody else did nothing for New England. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. I was in here rolling. Because like I've always said, man, at the end of the day, you have to play the games. You have to play the games. In any given day, you can lose. And I think they just walked in there thinking that this was going to be a mail-in game. It was supposed to be a blue game, and it wound up not being a blue game. And that's it. Ain't nothing else to talk about, man. Hey, you guys are 1-2 now. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You better try to figure it out quick, Hoodie. You better try to figure it out. Tom Brady gonna be on the sideline screaming like a banshee. Nothing else gonna be happening. We're gonna keep it moving as we move the damn chains. The next game, the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Dallas Cowboys lay an egg, and the COA Seahawks must have hatched it because they won 24-13. 21-13. Dak Prescott, 19 for 36, 19 for 34, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. QBR 14.3. 14.3s, that's not good, Dakota. You got to do better than that. Russell Wilson, 16 of 26, 192 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's the reason right there. QBR 55. And Ezekiel Elliott, he got busy. 16, like I said, give Zeke the ball. 16 carries, 127 yards. He was averaging 7.9 yards a carry. Should have gave him more carries. You give him more carries, that's what's going to happen. Okay. On the Seattle side, their rushing game, Chris Carson. I don't know who the hell Chris Carson is, but he had 102 yards rushing. Okay. And looking at the receiving core, it really wasn't a lot to talk about, but this just boiled down to Dallas Cowboys cannot put together 2 consecutive good playing games, and the Seattle Seahawks can't do the same thing. So it was just, it was just a matter of being outscored. That second quarter, Seattle outscored the Cowboys 17-3. And that's what the difference was. That second quarter didn't play good going into halftime. But hey, man, Cowboy Nation, man, you ain't that bad, but y'all better figure it out, man, because the schedule's gonna get harder. We're gonna keep it moving as we do what? Move the damn chains, because that's a first down. You already know. The next game, the Bears and the Cardinals. The Bears are 2-1. Cardinals are 0-3. And once again, that defense that Chicago Bears has with Khalil Mack, once again, is pretty much making the Chicago Bears a very formidable situation. Mitchell Trubisky, 24 of 35 for 220 yards, no touchdowns and 1 interception. Okay, we're gonna get back to that QBR 26.5 because you Chicago Bears, a lot of you Chicago Bears fans out here really think that your defense is gonna help you guys get to where you guys are trying to go, which is the playoffs. And I'm gonna explain that. All right, Sam Bradford, he got benched. He was 13 of 19 for 157 yards, okay, and 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. And at the end of the day, that's how it goes down. Josh Rosen came in and took his damn job, but it still didn't help them out any. And as far as the rest of the game is concerned, man, I'm not going to bore you guys with the details because it was all defense. And once again, Khalil Mack, man, the best defensive player in the NFL, did what he needed to do. He only had 1 sack, but he also had a strip sack. Every game, he has a strip sack and a sack. He's doing what he needs to do. Now, here's the thing. Chicago Bears fans, I know you guys are running around and you guys are talking about how stupid the Raiders were for trading Khalil Mack. They were stupid. They were stupid for trading Khalil Mack. But don't think that Khalil Mack is going to help you guys do anything on your offensive side. Okay? That was all defense. And when you get a team that is going to really be able to score offensively, you're going to have a problem because your offense isn't doing anything. Your starting quarterback had no touchdown passes. Okay? None. All right? He had an interception, which is a turnover. Okay, I'm looking at your situation. Jordan Howard, he did well. 24 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. Okay, outside of that, nobody did nothing. Field goals. Okay, so understand that before you get too cocky. Y'all better go ahead and understand this 2-1 record that you guys got right now. You guys played against a winless team. All right, and that NFC North, it's no joke. That's all I really got to say about it, man. Salute to the Bears, because I got a lot of family members that are Bears fans. But let's not think that you guys are going to win the Super Bowl just because you got the best defensive player in the National Football League. That's helping you guys stay in games, but your offense isn't doing anything. All right, we're going to keep it moving as we move the damn chains. The next game, the baddest cats in LA. The Rams over the Chargers. And LA Chargers, man, come on, man. Y'all still the San Diego Chargers, man. I don't want to hear all that. Y'all lose. The Chargers lose to the Rams 35-23. Jared Goff, 29-36, 354 yards and 3 touchdown passes, man. Todd Gurley, 26 carries for 105 yards and a touchdown. It's just ridiculous. Robert Woods, 10 receptions, 104 yards and 2 touchdowns. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Are you listening to what I'm saying? Okay. Phillip Rivers, once again, very good game as he always does. 18 of 30, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns and no picks. But just look at what I'm talking about. Look at what you're up against. Jared Goff, 354 yards. Todd Gurley, 105 yards. Robert Woods, 104 yards. Robert Woods had 2 touchdowns. Todd Gurley had 1 touchdown. Okay, Jared Goff threw for 3 touchdowns. You're not winning that game. Okay, Chargers are 1-2, and the Rams are 3-0, and that's the difference, man. Okay, that's the difference between a hamburger from McDonald's and a hamburger from In-N-Out. There's levels. Okay, there's just straight levels. We're gonna keep it moving as we move the damn chains, because y'all know that's what we do. Because that's a first down. You already know. The next game we're going to go to is the Giants. The Giants and the Texans. The Giants hold on and they win 27-22. Okay? This game right here, I did not pick the Giants. Okay? Those of y'all who are Giants fans that are followers of the show, man, you guys are playing above your heads right now, man. I'm just saying. And this all came down to Eli Manning. Eli Manning had a baller game. When I tell you this, you're going to be surprised if you really know Eli Manning. 25 of 29. What did I just say? Four passes. Only 4 passes incomplete. 297 yards. Okay? 2 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions. 88.0 QBR. That is amazing. That is a great game from Eli Manning. Giants Nation, if you guys could get that from Eli Manning, you guys are really going to be about that life. All right. Saquon Barkley, once again, NFL Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. 82 yards on 17 carries. And on the other side, Deshaun Watson, 385 yards, man. 24 out of 40. 2 touchdowns and a pick. QBR of 67. Man, Deshaun Watson, I love that dude, man. Odell Beckham, OBJ. We had an OBJ sighting. He had 109 yards and 9 receptions. Okay, Sterling Shepard, 80 yards. On the other side, Willie Fuller had 101 yards and 80. DeAndre Hopkins had 86 yards. But at the end of the day, when I'm looking at what's going on, hold on a minute. Eli Manning did have a fumble, okay. But did he lose it? He didn't lose it, though. So at the end of the day, as I've always said, the Giants are going to go as Eli goes. And Eli had a very good game, man. I'm super surprised by that, man. If Eli could play like that, man, Giants, you guys might be able to be in the mix in the NFC East. It can happen. Stranger things have happened. We're going to keep it moving as we move the damn chains. The next game, the Ravens and the Broncos. The Ravens go ahead and win that game 27-14, and it just boils down to the play of the quarterback once again, man. That's why a quarterback is worth a lot of money, because you're gonna sink or swim without him. Joe Flacco, 277 yards, 24-40. Okay, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. If you're not gonna throw any touchdown passes, don't turn the ball over. All right, he didn't get sacked that much. 2 sacks, 12 quarterback pressures, 74.1 QBR. And Case Keenum on the other side is turning back into Case Keenum. Like I said, 22 of 34, 192 yards, no touchdown passes, and a pick. And that's why the Flow Sports, we're aficionados. If you can't read a box score and understand what happened without watching the game, you're not an aficionado. That's why you're here, okay? Because you're going to need somebody like me to explain it to you. Alex Collins on the rushing side. I like Alex Collins. 18 of 68. He had 1 touchdown. And I'm looking on the other side, and Denver's rushing was adequate. Royce Freeman, 53 yards. But I'm looking at the situations. Nobody really had a blowout game. Demaryius Thomas, 63 yards. Blah 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 blah. Crabtree, 61 yards. Willie Snead, 31 yards. Who cares about all of that, man? It boils down to the turnover ratio. Case Keenum had a fumble. And so did Joe Flacco. But at the end of the damn day, Case Keenum threw a pick and didn't throw no touchdown, and Joe Flacco threw a touchdown. That's it. That's how it boils down, man. That's how it goes down in the town. So we're going to keep it moving as we move the damn chains, because that's a first down. You already know. The next game. This game right here, I was so excited about it, but it turned into a boo-boo game. This game was straight boo-boo. The Titans, 2-1, beat the Jaguars, who were red hot undefeated, 9-6. Okay, 9-6. That's a baseball score, man. Horrible game, man. Horrible game from the scoring aspect. Marcus Mariota, I'm glad that he's back. I really like Marcus Mariota. He wound up coming back. He threw for 100 yards, but we're not going to see no touchdowns. I don't even have to say touchdowns because nobody scored a touchdown. Nobody. This is a game that involved a whole bunch of kicking. All right? There's nothing to talk about, man. If there's no touchdowns, there's no reason even to touch on that game. Like I said, it's a boo-boo game, and we don't do boo-boo games. I'm not going to talk about this game. Bruh. We're going to keep it moving, man. I can't do that. The next game. The Panthers. They win. 31-21 over the Bengals, man. I did not think that the Panthers were going to win this game. I thought the Bengals were going to do what they needed to do. But guess what, man? That's why you got to play the damn games. Okay? Cam Newton, like I've been saying, he's been playing pretty solidly. Okay? 15 of 24, 150 yards. Okay? 2 touchdowns. QBR of 75.3. And then you have Andy Dalton, who had 29 of 46 for 352 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he had 4 picks. And that's why. So we don't even need to talk about nothing else. Christian McCaffrey got busy.
That boy is good.
184 yards rushing. Okay, 28 carries, man. The little cat from Stanford's getting busy, man. He almost had 200 yards rushing. Couldn't stop nobody. Couldn't tackle nobody. And that was it. Once again, it boils down to turnovers, man. And that's the game right there. Man, I really thought the Bengals were going to do something in that game. But, hey, man, that's what I get for thinking on certain games. I can't predict them all. I just predict most of them. The next game, we're going to keep it moving as we move the damn chains. The next game, the Redskins win 31-17 over the Packers. I don't know what's going on with you cheeseheads out there, but whatever's going on, man, it ain't looking right. This is a game that Green Bay should not have lost. Let's look at the tail of the tape. Alex Smith, 12 of 20, okay? 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, QBR 87.2. And then you had that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, 27 of 44, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, with a QBR 40.4. What happened? Okay. Adrian Peterson is
put some respect on my name.
Okay. AP, man, this is why you can't stick people in the grave before they're dead. All right. Adrian Peterson, 19 carries, 120 yards. That's 6.3 yards a carry. And he had 2 touchdowns and a 41-yard run, man. Man, that dude is in a hot tub time machine for real. And that's what it boiled down to. If you look at the rest of the stats in this game, it boiled down to time of possession. And when you got a running back that's running all over the field like AP was running, you're not going to win nothing. You're just not, man. And Green Bay, man, y'all better get it together, man. Y'all better figure it out. Come on, Aaron has to do better than this, man. But I'm looking, man. I'm not seeing a whole lot of production, man. But hey, man, season's still early, man. Aaron, get it together, man. We're gonna keep it moving as we move the damn chains. You know why? Because that's a first down. Y'all already know. The next game, Carson Wentz. Man, I've been waiting to say this. Carson Wentz is back. 255 yards on 27 of 37 with 1 touchdown, and they win 20-16 over the Colts. I'm just happy Carson Wentz is back because he's one of my favorite players in the NFL. I like this guy. He threw a touchdown. He threw a pick. QBR 39.3. And Andrew Luck, they pretty much played pretty much evenly except that interception that Carson Wentz had. But Carson Wentz got the dub. You look at everybody else. Nobody else did nothing really. Okay, I'm looking on here. And there's nothing. T.Y. Hilton didn't do nothing. Zach Ertz had 73 yards for the Eagles. Looking at the running game, Wendell Smallwood 56 yards. There's not really a whole lot to report, man. But at the end of the day, man, the game turned out how it's supposed to. Maybe now the Philadelphia Eagles got their mojo back because it wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking good recently. Okay, fly Eagles fly. Y'all better make sure y'all handle that damn business. And this next game, as we move the damn chains. This game right here was supposed to be a boo-boo game, but it wound up being a boo-boo game for the Vikings because they lost to Bills Mafia 27-6. Okay? The Vikings didn't even score until the fourth quarter, man. I'm very disappointed in the Vikings. Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins was balling out of control all the way up until this game. But his stats are going to tell you otherwise. 296 yards. Okay. 40 for 55, I should say. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. QBR of 10. His QBR was 10. Josh Allen, the rookie, outplayed him. 15 of 22, 196 yards. 1 touchdown. No interceptions, QBR 89.4, and if you saw Josh Rosen, he basically jumped over a defender, okay? That rookie's not playing, man, but he better be careful, man, because we're going to talk about some other quarterbacks that ain't no longer playing this season because they wanted to try to get their runny run on, and you can't get your runny run on in the NFL. And that's what it boiled down to. I'm looking at the statistics, man. I'm not going to bore you with stats that don't mean anything, okay? It basically came down to quarterback play. And the Vikings were outscored. Buffalo scored 17 points in the first, with 0 from the Vikings. Then they scored 10. Then they scored none. Then they scored none. And then the game was 27-6. That's what it boiled down to, man. Straight boring, man. But hey, Bills Mafia, man, I got to give you a salute because y'all won the damn game, man. You win the game, you're going to get a salute. We're going to keep it moving as we move the damn chains because y'all already know. That's up. First down. Y'all already know. Y'all know this show. You know how to do this, man. This game right here, man. The 3-0 Dolphins. The 3-0 Dolphins and the 0-3 Oakland Raiders. This game was basically a tale of two halves. The Raiders were handling their damn business. They have been leading every game this season going into halftime, and in the second half they just forget they're playing in a game. Okay? And they wound up losing in a spectacular fashion. Ryan Tannehill, 17 of 23, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, QBR of 91.7. Ryan Tannehill, that's how you play football right there. Now let's go to Derek Carr. Let's go to my quarterback. 27 of 39, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, QBR of 31. That's how it goes down right there. I keep telling you, man, you don't pay a defender $25 million a year or $23 million a year when you're the Oakland Raiders when you already got a $25 million quarterback. It's not going to make any difference. You have to get pieces that are going to fit that team, all right? And Raider Nation, you better understand right now, like I've been telling you, Raiders are in rebuild mode, all right? And I got into a couple of long discussions with a few teams, or a few people, players from other teams, not players, but fan bases from other teams, trying to tell me that the Raiders aren't in rebuild mode. We just traded the greatest defender in the National Football League. And I was like, we are obviously in rebuild mode if you trade the best player in the NFL and you don't trade a best defensive player in the NFL and you don't trade him for another piece. You don't trade him for another player. If you're trading him for draft picks, that's telling you what we're trying to do. But at the end of the day, there ain't no excuses in football. You didn't show up. You got your ass whooped. Marshawn Lynch did what he needed to do. To all the people that's saying he's washed, y'all full of it. He had 64 yards and a few first downs, okay? But it boiled down to Ryan Tannehill and the crew, Albert Wilson, two receptions for 74 yards. Akeem Grant, 70 yards. Kenny Steele, 61 yards. Danny Amendola, 42 yards. Man, they just put foot to ass, man. They put the foot to ass. Jordy Nelson had a bomb-ass game, 173 yards. But once again, where was Amari Cooper? Bruh. Amari Cooper dropping passes everywhere, Had a chance to get first downs, dropping passes all over the place. He had 17 yards. Last week, he had 100 and something yards. All right? And that's all I got to say about that, man. Raiders, we're in rebuild mode, man. I hope you don't think we're going to the playoffs, because we're not. We're not going anywhere. We ain't going nowhere but home at the end of the damn season. We're going to keep it moving as move the damn chains. It's hard to hurt feelings, but that's what we do here. We keep it real. The next game, the Chiefs win 38-27 over the San Francisco 49ers. And this game right now, this game was a heartbreaker for Niner Empire. Because in this game, you got to see Patrick Mahomes, who is the hottest quarterback in the NFL, who has a NFL record 13 touchdown receptions, okay, in 3 games. 13 touchdown passes in 3 games. 24-38, 314 yards, 3 touchdown passes, 0 picks, QBR of 91.2, and then you had Jimmy Garoppolo get an ACL straight torn, even though he had a very good game. 20 out of 30, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, QBR 43.4. But that play that Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt was his fault, man. You have to get out of bounds. You can't be running around trying to get extra yardage, man. When the defenders are very angry with the whole NFL that they're getting called for all these roughing the passer plays. If you're not in the pocket, which is between the tackles, you're not in the tackle box, you run outside the tackle box to try to get a first down, you get 12 yards, don't try to get 13. And that's what happened. Jimmy G should have took the 12, but no, he wanted to get 13. Why? Because he's a competitor. But now you're gonna have to take your competitive ass to an orthopedic surgeon now, okay? Because that shouldn't have happened. And 49ers, I gotta give you guys credit, man. You guys were getting shellacked, but you guys came back. Now you guys are talking about getting Colin Kaepernick, man? Nah, man. Y'all didn't want him. You didn't want him, man. Y'all was hating on him. Now you want to try to get him back. Stick with CJ Beathard. He'll do the job. Word has it that you guys might be getting Tom Savage and a couple of other cats, man. But nah, man. Leave Cap alone, man. Because all Cap is going to do if he comes back to your team is give you guys an excuse to say it's his fault. And I don't want to have that happen. I'd rather for him to be out there on them streets doing what he needs to do. Getting that Nike bag and getting out there and making sure he's doing the things that he's doing for the community. I would prefer him doing that. But at the end of the day, hey, Kansas City, 3-0. Hey, man. It's football, man. Any given Sunday, somebody can get their ass hurt. Next game, as we move the damn chains like we always do. This game right here, the Saints. Who that nation? Win 43-37 over the Falcons. In this game right here, high scoring game, damn near 100 points scored in a game, over 90. But this is the kind of football that the NFL wants. They want high scoring, high octane games. The scoring right now that is going on in the NFL is the highest that has been since probably 2013. They're going to break a record if they keep it up with the amount of points average score per team. All right. Drew Brees, man. This guy is just puts up statistics. Okay. He 39 of 49, 396 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, man. 91.4 QBR. That's incredible, man. Incredible. But Matt Ryan had a better game. 26 of 35, 374 yards, 5 touchdown passes, no picks, QBR of 93.0. But Atlanta didn't win the game, and that's my problem that I have with Matty Ice. Matty Ice doesn't win. Okay? He doesn't win. I look at the rest of the stats. Michael Thomas, salute to Michael Thomas, to my homeboy Keyshawn Johnson. If you didn't know, that's his nephew. Me and Keeves talk about him many a times. And 10 catches for 129 yards. Alvin Kamara, the running back, had 124 yards receptions. 15 receptions for 124 yards. And that's what it boiled down to, man. And I'm looking on the other side. Calvin Ridley for the Falcons got busy. Julio Jones got 96 yards. And Calvin Ridley had 3 touchdowns because they were double teaming Julio Jones. But, hey, man, 5 touchdown passes and you lose the game. Man, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Matt Ryan, man. You ain't a winner, man. I just keep saying that, man. You good player, man, but you just don't win when you need to win, man. It just don't happen like that, okay? And that's it. I think we went through every game just like that, man. We went through all the games that fast. So we're gonna talk about a couple of other things. We're gonna talk about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods went ahead and did that damn thug thizzle, and he came back and got his first win. And there's a lot of people who ain't happy about it, man. You got to pay attention to the people who don't clap when you win. I'm very happy Tiger's back because now I can watch golf. Now I got a reason to watch it. That's just another sport that I can report on. So a lot of y'all mad because y'all think that Tiger's supposed to have some kind of affinity for him being black and all of that, man. I don't care about none of that, man. Here at the Flow Sports, man, we're a sports show, man. We don't care about politics and all of that, man. Let the cat go out there and hit the golf ball, man. You know what I'm saying? If it takes him to be in the strip club to win some matches, man, give him a couple of dollars and let him go in there and throw some money around. You know what I'm saying? But Tiger Woods is back, man, whether you guys like it or not. All right? And that's how it's going down. And is there anything else I need to tell you guys? Nah, I think I pretty much covered it. I look around here. Yeah, the NBA had their things going on with their media day, but that's boring. Ain't gonna talk about that. That's it. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and do what we do. Hit the Flow Sports. Y'all know how we roll, and we gonna keep rolling the way we roll. But until then.